Knife watch. Today we're taking a look at the Falcon from Laurier. This is the Falcon 1. There's also a Falcon 2. Okay, but let's get back to the original, the OG. This was the first watch that I ever hunted for, and I wanted to share 5 things that you didn't know about it, so that if you choose to take a look at it and you do the hunting, you know that it's worth it. Let's get into the first thing that you didn't know about this watch, and that would be the dimensions. This is a NH35A automatic movement with a beautiful boxed plexiglass crystal, 316L marine grade stainless steel bracelet with solid end links. It's fully articulated links as well that are secured by screw pins. I guess those are the specs, not the dimensions. Let me get into this, right? 39 millimeter case diameter, 12 millimeter thickness, and that does not include the crystal. I don't know why they don't include the crystal, probably because the crystal is huge. This is a thickums. Okay, that boxed sapphire, or excuse me, the boxed plexiglass, excuse me, is very thick. Okay, it's very high, it's very domed, but boxed. Okay, so if that makes any sense. And then also you see the cushion on the back. So very comfortable, but thick watch. Okay, but I love it. I gotta say, I love it. 48 millimeters case length, or lug to lug, as people would say. 20 millimeter lug width. Tapers to 16 millimeters at the clasp. You're used to this and these numbers if you're familiar with Laurier watches, but this bracelet does fit up to 8-inch wrists. And we'll put it on here, and as you can see, it's getting a little tight after I had my Thanksgiving dinner, okay? I was eating lots of food, oxtail, collard greens, macaroni, cheese, yams, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, before we get into a fit about food, let's get into a fit about Falcons. This is the first watch that made me say, gotta have it. Absolutely, without a doubt, have to have it. And I want to go over all the angles of it and show you the case back. And the second thing that you didn't know about this beautiful watch is that, to me, this is the best one watch collection that you can get that's already cheaper than the new version. And I gotta say, it really goes without saying that this is a one watch collection, probably just as much as the Falcon 2. And I think that's really how they're designed. Laurier says that the Falcon is designed to be the all-around do-everything watch. This is jewelry just as much as it's an adventure watch, and that's what Falcon means. A Falcon explores, it does what it has to do, and it just gets the job done in the boardroom or anywhere, right? So you've got your dress watch, and that it's a little bit dressy with those gold applied indices. And it's not a real gold, obviously, but it does have this sort of like beautiful, just this rugged appeal that applies to all people. So I do have to resize this bracelet. So I'm going to take some time and have some fun here with you guys and do some technique as we just talk about this watch and why I wanted to hunt it down. So when I was starting to get into watches, I realized that I had probably 12, 14 watches, and all of them were stainless steel. I had no gold watches. This was my first gold watch. I had no idea why people even wore gold watches. I'm thinking, you know, what's the point, right? And you can see in my latest video on loud, flashy, and gaudy gear, what is the point, right? Is gaudiness next to godliness? Sometimes you're in the mood for a little bit of gold, but I think precious metals, or even the appearance of them, is absolutely fantastic. But this is more than just a regular stainless steel. This is a marine grade 316L. And they also have this coating on here. It's not meant to be all gold. It's actually meant to protect the watch even more. And it's absolutely brilliant. And it's also very comfortable on the bracelet, as anybody who wears Laurier knows, okay? So, oh man, I'm gushing about this thing already. But anyway, why did I want to get this one? Well, the Laurier had already teased that they were going to be dropping a new Falcon. Well, drilled lugs, but you really got to work for it, right? Okay, I think I got that bad boy out. And so I said, you know, a gold Laurier, and Laurier already has a reputation for being hard to get your hands on. Maybe I should get one as well, right? You know, take a risk out there and see if I can grab one. So I did. I said, hey, this is the time for me to do my thing. So I got on eBay, I searched the forums, I looked for the gold Falcon, and it was impossible to find. I couldn't find one anywhere, up and down and all around town. What I realized was that people who buy this watch, specifically the old Falcons, they keep them for the most part. And I'll show you the packaging real quick so you can see what I mean. When you buy Laurier, you get this, it comes in this nice box. I'll just close this quickly for you. Okay, green box, that's familiar to many people. They also have a newer box, but it comes very nicely branded with a Laurier chevron. I got the papers in there and everything like that. Is my personal information in here? Oh gosh, I may have to edit that out. With this leather right here. All right. And it also comes in this little watch roll that you can use, and some bubble wrap. Okay. Anyway, it also comes with a tool so that you can actually take this apart. This is a different tool, but the point still stands. And I really love that you can actually buy a watch for $500 or less, and it comes with the tools you need to put it together. So I'm gonna put. I got 3 links here. I don't want to put that many. I think I want to do 2. How many else do I got in here? Yeah, this will fit up to 8-inch wrist, but I will have to take one of these apart. Okay, let's just do that real quick. So anyway, as I was hunting for this watch, I saw the only way I was going to be able to get one was from a reliable seller on eBay. So I got to work and I got to looking, and I realized that most of the people were only doing bidding and auctions, and I couldn't really find a buy it now. And Lauriers are already hard to find. But if you go and look for one of these, especially I wanted the one in the white dial specifically, the real challenge was finding one in good condition, because some of them were really beat up. People did very much so take seriously that notion of this being the adventure watch, right? People took that very seriously. So I said to myself, I want to wear it as an adventure watch as well. And if I do get one of these, I do want to take good care of it. But as soon as I got it, I started wearing it like a maniac, but it still looks new. Everybody knows that light play with Laurier is famous, between the bracelet and the case working in unison. So the other thing about this watch, the reason people love it is that it's basically a dive watch too. I mean, 200 meters of water resistance means you will never ever have to worry about this watch getting wet. And I absolutely, totally love that, okay? That is what I'm talking about. When I think about a one watch collection, it's got to have features and just some specs that you're going to get from other watches and other watch styles. It could work in the boardroom. It could work at a wedding. It'll have something interesting about it visually. I do think that the gold is obviously nice, but I think in general what's striking about the Laurier is just those hands, the way that broad arrow works. Okay, and in the light, the hands are very nice. You got your date, and the textured dial that looks like falcon feathers, or it's just beautiful. I mean, it really does have a striking classic look to it. That is fantastic. And the other thing about this watch is it's a strap monster. So I know I'm fixing the bracelet here, and that's pretty fantastic for people who love this stuff. But let's try it on a couple different bracelets or straps too, so you guys can see what I mean. But anyway, it's got that water resistance that says you don't have to worry about it. And the best part about that is if you did have to take one watch with you somewhere, or you get lost in the Sahara or the Pacific Ocean, okay, wherever you are, that's the point of an adventure watch, right? That it'll handle what you need it to handle. So before I put it back on here, let's try it on a couple different bracelets. Here I've got a tropic strap with a bronze buckle that I think actually would probably look pretty nice on this guy, right? What do you think? I think we can get away with it. Bronze, and this is obviously from Baltic. So I've done a video as well on Laurier, comparing it to Baltic, what they have in common as micro brands, boutique brands, whatever you want to call them. But I think that Baltic and Laurier, they are like sister companies in my head. Now, do they have any affiliations to each other? I don't think, not at all, but they have very similar things to them that I went over in that video, so go check that out. So immediately, if you have a problem with watches that are a little bit gaudy and a little bit loud, and I do think that it is a little bit loud, it does get some attention when you wear an all gold watch. Putting this on a navy blue strap, I love gold and blue because it really does bring the tone down a lot. It's much more chill and subtle, but this does have sort of a long and dramatic lug to lug that gold really does work. But to me, it's not too much. I think it's just enough. It's got the right cues that makes you feel that it's hardy but also fashionable. Okay, so again, we got some jeweled lugs. Pop this out right here. Okay, and we can actually go through the crown really quickly. I'm gonna try this on one more strap for you guys, just as a gift. You know, this is the holidays season. But when I got this watch in hand, I finally got it. It wasn't in perfect shape. Like I said, people are not going to give it to you in perfect shape these days. You're going to get it however you get it, and you're going to be happy. That was basically the notion that I got. So I was just happy with the fact that I could get it at all. So when I did see, let's try it on this little tan strap here. How about that? Would that work? This is almost like a golden hay instead of just gold. This should work, right? Let's check that out. Another Baltic strap. Are you sensing a theme here? Okay. But yeah, also the other thing about this Falcon is that it is a watch that was studied, or it was designed after studying some classically inspired watches, right? People that were wearing watches in the mid-century, the explorers, trying to climb Everest. The Falcon kind of features that alluring textured dial, and it's refined, I think, but also it's got this just really, really blank case back. So you can engrave that. That's a great gift that Laurier does, those naked engravings on the back of their watches. So you can actually, I think that's a fantastic opportunity for you to give a great gift that's personal and makes the watch more sentimentally valuable to you. Oh, that actually works to me. Yeah, so I love this watch. To me, it's just fantastic. And so we'll show you how this looks on wrist so you can get a sense of this. And again, I think this is toned down as well, but it's stylish. You know, you put this on with a brown jacket, you know, maybe some dark jeans and some brown boots. This is a great fall look right here. So you got a little pop of color, a little fun as well, and I think I'm gonna keep it on this for a while. What do you guys think? Really works with my complexion and the brown and blonde hairs on my wrist and arm, and it makes me happy. So, you know, Laurier also does a great job with their movements that they do have in here. We could talk about that a little bit. So I said 200 meters of water resistance, right? So it's got to have a good crown, right? Yep, it's a screw down crown, a very reliable, large screw down crown that pops out with authority. And let's take a look at it. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Chevron there. Turn that up right for you here. Very comfortable, very easy to use, very, very reassuring. And the Falcon is powered by the trusty NH35A automatic movement. So it's boasting a much lower failure rate than any Swiss automatic and the successor to the venerable Seiko 7 S26, but with the added functionality of the hacking and hand winding, the NH35A enjoys a stellar reputation. Everybody knows about it. It's in most watches that you see around this price point, and it's known for its stability and robustness. The date window operated pretty well. It works. It's not too loud. This watch is very legible, but it's not so legible. Okay, I think if you got it in a different color scheme, they also have it in a blue background or a green. I got the white, but I think the white with the white hand, sometimes it gets a little bit lost with all the gold. It's just very like, wow. It really does catch your eyes whenever you're wearing this. So yeah, what else can I say? This really isn't 5 things you didn't know about it. This was more of a rant about this watch and how much I worked hard to get it. It was very hard to get, and I think if you do get an opportunity to pick one of these up, you're going to be satisfied because it's hard to find a decent gold watch that looks good. And this is not gold, it's a PVD that actually will not come off very easily. The play in the light is very nice, and I think it's just simply a really classy do everything one watch collection that it's worth checking out. You know, that's about it. So I gave you guys about all the information I can give you, all the angles I can give you, but I can't give you the bravery to hunt for this Falcon. And if you do catch one in the wild, I think you'll be satisfied with what you find. Peace and love, like and subscribe, take care of yourself and others. Knife Watch, out.